What's up guys, Sal here. So Apple will officially launch the iPhone 14 lineup on the 7th of September and will sell it on the 16th of September. We know everything there is to know about the handset, so let's take a look at the top 5 new features the iPhone 14 Pro and Max will get this year. Apple is doing away with the notch for the iPhone 14 Pro lineup and will include not just one but two cutouts on the display. The circular cutout will house the front-facing camera and the pill-shaped cutout will include the Face ID hardware. Honestly, in a world of small punch-hole displays in Androids, these cutouts on the 14 Pro are laughable. But it helps Apple to set the phone apart from last year's Pro models and
this is business!
The iPhone 14 Pro and Max will finally get always-on display 6 years later than their arch-rival Samsung. However, Apple's implementation will be a tad different than Samsung's. Instead of giving you a black screen with clock and widgets, Apple has decided to just dim the screen. Yes, once the user turns off the screen of the iPhone 14 Pro, the wallpaper will switch to the sleep version where users will see reminiscence of their wallpaper and information such as the time and their lock screen widgets even when their display is not in active use, and will return to full brightness when the phone is unlocked. But how this affects the battery life and the screen burn-in remains to be seen though. Speaking of always-on display, the iPhone 14 Pro will have 120Hz displays, which is nothing new, but what's new is the LTPO panel. Unlike the iPhone 13 Pro, which has a variable refresh rate that varies between 10Hz and 120Hz depending on what you're doing on the phone, the iPhone 14 Pro will go all the way down to just 1Hz, thereby saving crucial battery life when the phone doesn't need to display more than 1Hz, such as when viewing still images and while on always-on display. Now before moving further, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, NordVPN. You see, the market is full of VPNs, but NordVPN is by far the best one out there. I prefer it for its simplicity and that they have optimized servers, which means your internet speed barely gets affected. It will allow you to access blocked websites, unlock regional Netflix content and more. But most importantly, it keeps you safe from hackers and government agencies as it secures your internet traffic, encrypts it and routes it through a remote server. Specifically, it allows you to send your internet traffic through not just one but two VPN servers. If you're someone that truly wants to surf anonymously and securely, this can be highly valuable. It's available on Android, iOS, macOS, Windows and Linux, and you can use up to 6 devices simultaneously within one subscription. There are 3 plans to choose from: Standard, Plus and Complete, so go to nordvpn.com/techtalk to get a 2-year plan with a huge discount plus 4 additional months for free. The link is in the description. The front camera of the iPhone 14 Pro will get 2 big upgrades. The first one is a bigger aperture, bumping from f2.2 to f1.9. This has 2 benefits: A shallower depth of field, which would make the photos as well as the videos much more pleasing to the eyes. And B, it results in sensor capturing more light, which would result in better low light photos. The second big upgrade is the autofocus, which means sharper images across a range of distances. But this isn't something new in smartphones. Samsung introduced autofocus on selfie cameras with the Galaxy S8 5 years ago back in 2017. Even though the number of rear cameras will remain the same, there will be some significant under-the-hood improvements. The iPhone 14 Pro will get a 48-megapixel main camera, which finally makes a change from the 12-megapixel cameras Apple has used for years. Apple is using a larger 1x1.3-inch sensor, up from a 1x1.65-inch sensor on the iPhone 13 Pro. Overall, the sensor area will increase by 57%, which is why the rear camera module will also get bigger. Apple will likely use 4-in-1 pixel binning technology to output 12-megapixel images for better low-light sensitivity and performance. Not only that, the phone can also record 8K videos for the very first time. And finally, Apple will also upgrade the telephoto camera from a 6-element lens to a 7-element lens for improved telephoto images. Of course, with that said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.